Guys, there is absolutely no difference between Barack Obama and Donald Trump. There's no difference between the Pope and Benjamin Netanyahu and the president of Iran, or whatever they call that guy, or the king of Saudi Arabia. There's no difference between any of them. Uh, they're all engaged in conflict over money, and none of them will stand up for the perfection of the Lord's Prayer. So there is absolutely no difference between any of them. There's a glaring difference between all of them and me, right? But there's no difference between any of them. Right? They're all the same. They're all the same dirty diaper that's full of shit. And even when you change it, it's just going to go to a dirty diaper and be full of shit again the next day, right? And there's nothing wrong with diapers, all right? Diapers are very helpful until you can get a kid to understand, how to deal with their bowel movements and stuff. How do we get along with life before diapers and stuff? We were less distracted by economics and Donald Trump and Barack Obama and Pope Francis and Benjamin Netanyahu and the king of Saudi Arabia. And so, we had time. Take time to make time to be there. We were there for our kids and tell them, you're vulnerable when you're using the restroom. Here's where you go use the restroom. And then you'd have to get them to, you have to find a way to clean yourself off. And you have to help them when they're little, or they'll make themselves sick by ingesting their own fecal matter and have put too much, you get the toxins out of your body and your fecal matter, you put it back in, you're going to make yourself sick, right? So the conditions have to be ripe for people to get sick from having too much toxins in their environment, for people to get sick from diseases, right? And we can only be as strong as our weakest link, and our weakest link is our babies, right? And our elderly. So how we treat our babies and how we treat our elderly shows our strength. So forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. If you're not capable of doing that, I'm doing it for you with artificial intelligence, getting artificial intelligence to reflect actual intelligence. Okay? One more of you think I'm a cocky, arrogant, pretentious, delusional person who thinks he's a god and has a god complex like Stan Lee's imagination, or Alec Baldwin's character that plays a neurosurgeon or heart surgeon or whatever, whenever, wherever, right? Do you understand? Okay. I don't think you guys have the capacity to understand me intellectually. And, I'm having to teach your technology. Because if Donald Trump and Robert Kennedy Jr. had the capacity to intellectually grasp me and understand me, they'd talk, hey, Parsons, Lord's Prayer. Donald Trump, Parsons, Lord's Prayer. Oprah Winfrey, Jennifer Lopez, Ben Affleck, Will Smith, Parsons, Lord's Prayer. I have the capacity to grasp them intellectually, right? All right. And so when you manipulate people with violent, aggressive economic activity, you're releasing chemicals in their brain that put them in distress and make them behave irrationally and erratically. And we haven't had any different policies during the Democratic presidencies than the Republican presidencies. During the Democratic presidencies, they put in those large windmills and those large solar panels in large quantity. That's an eco disaster. I thought about it when I was, we could do this and that, and we could do it in portions in Saudi Arabia and stuff. It's like, well, you still have to do it in park. Like you need it in between green spaces. Me and Patrick talked about it the other day. You need it in between green spaces. It needs to attract the sunlight and then provide what provides a green space. So when you put a solar panel down, okay, it provides energy for you to have a well, to pump groundwater, to have a green space. So you have to counteract the dark attention, the lava pit, that's drawing in all the energy. To do that, you have to counteract that and then make it productive and then have the orchard. Okay. If you just have a large black space drawing in the thing, it's going to cause an imbalance and because of all the heat and the conduction of the heat and an imbalance in your environment that's not healthy. So you put down a lot of solar panels for one person to make lots of money off it, or one group of people who make lots of money off it. It's going to cause horrible problems in the ecosystem because of a few people's greed. Judah Krishnamurti, the present civilization cannot last. It has no intrinsic value. It's based on human greed and not human need. And when you look at life eternally, there will truly be work for all. Sydney, Australia, 1936. Newsreel was there, but you guys are all still watching What's Up, Doc? What's Up, Doc? You're all watching Dr. Seuss's, Mel Blanc's, and David Rockefeller's propaganda to keep them rich, keep you insane and stupid, and keep you mass murdering for their money. So when children die from a disease, by you inventing the conditions in the environment, cultivating the conditions in the environment for the culture to be a disease and a lab to make money off of the anecdotes, that's what you're doing. So Robert Kennedy Jr. has brain damage, obviously, that he can't ascertain what I'm talking about and then coherently express himself in a way that reflects more of his father and his uncle and less of his business counterparts today. So he obviously has brain damage, and so does Barack Obama. And so, I am going to have a healthy, emotional, sexual, and romantic relationship with a very attractive woman very soon. Okay, I just don't think it's going to be somebody that's so fucking shallow that she judges my body and my appearance by how I look, by the abuse of sick people on me, because I'm the only healthy person that the woman looking at me through this phone has ever known. I'm the most attractive man on the planet. I don't know who you fuckers are looking at. Okay? But I'm so gorgeous, it's like, wow. Okay? The only man that will stand up for the Lord's Prayer to save children from dying in genocide operations accepted by people with bad brain chemical activity. You want to make one more fucking Stan Lee movie? Do we need another Stan Lee fucking movie? Ask Burt Bacharach. Do we need another sale of people's music to make money, to have a more comfortable life, enduring extortion, exploitation through egotistical expression and narcissism? Okay, who's the most attractive man you've ever seen? Seriously. Okay, guys, I love you, all right? Be as attractive as me. Stand up for Lord's Prayer too. You will be absolutely gorgeous. And then it'll reflect in your bodies when you start to heal with the ecosystem, and you will protect children and elderly from the aggressive behaviors of selfish people who think we're survival of the fittest fuckers instead of faithful lovers. All right? Peace.